Hey friends, welcome back to the Daily Health Shift. I'm Daniel, and today we're exploring a topic most people think doesn't apply to them until it's too late: blood sugar. You've probably heard about it in the context of diabetes, but here's the truth. Blood sugar management isn't just for diabetics. It affects your energy, focus, mood, sleep, and even long-term health, like heart disease and Alzheimer's risk. In today's episode, I'll share why everyone should care about blood sugar, how it works, common mistakes people make, and 5 science-backed hacks to keep your blood sugar stable starting today. Let's start with the basics. What is blood sugar? It's the amount of glucose circulating in your bloodstream, providing fuel for your cells. When it's balanced, you feel steady energy. When it spikes or crashes, you get cravings, fatigue, mood swings. Most people associate blood sugar issues with type 2 diabetes. But even if you're not diabetic, constantly riding the blood sugar roller coaster can lead to what experts call metabolic dysfunction. To put this into perspective, I'll share a personal story. Years ago, I'd always hit a wall around 2 or 3 p.m. I'd feel groggy, irritable, and desperate for a snack. I chalked it up to being overworked. But after wearing a continuous glucose monitor for a month, I realized my blood sugar was spiking high after my carb-heavy lunches and crashing hard by mid-afternoon. And I'm not alone. Recent research shows that over 80% of U.S. adults experience some degree of blood sugar dysregulation, often without realizing it. A 2024 study published in the Journal of Metabolic Health tracked non-diabetic adults and found that even small daily glucose fluctuations correlated with increased risk for heart disease, cognitive decline, and hormonal imbalances. Here's why this matters. Blood sugar spikes and crashes can lead to weight gain. Insulin, the hormone that controls blood sugar, also tells your body to store fat. Hormonal imbalances occur because unstable blood sugar affects cortisol, estrogen, and testosterone levels. Sleep quality suffers when nighttime blood sugar isn't stable, making it harder to fall asleep or stay asleep. Brain fog becomes a daily struggle. Your brain depends on steady glucose. Too high or too low and focus disappears. Anxiety increases because blood sugar lows trigger adrenaline and cortisol spikes. Your body thinks it's in danger. Let me share a listener story. Sarah from Denver wrote, "Daniel, I had no idea my mid-morning jitters were linked to blood sugar. I thought I just needed more coffee. But after changing my breakfast, my energy is so much more stable. Why does this happen? Modern diets. We consume more processed foods, refined carbohydrates, and sugary drinks than ever before. Combined with sedentary lifestyles, this creates a perfect storm." One more insight from research. There's growing evidence linking blood sugar instability to Alzheimer's disease, now sometimes referred to as type 3 diabetes. That's how serious long-term blood sugar dysregulation can be. Here's the takeaway. Even if you feel generally healthy, your daily choices may be affecting your blood sugar more than you think. And managing it isn't about strict dieting, it's about understanding patterns and making simple, science-backed adjustments. In the next part, we'll break down common blood sugar mistakes I see all the time and how you can avoid them. Now, let's get into the biggest mistakes people make with blood sugar. These are things I've personally done, and I see them all the time in coaching calls and listener questions. Mistake 1: starting the day with sugar. For years, my breakfast was oatmeal with fruit and honey, or a smoothie loaded with bananas and juice. It seemed healthy, but I'd crash by 10 a.m. Research shows that starting the day with a high-carb meal, especially simple carbs, spikes blood sugar sharply. One study from Stanford Medicine in 2023 confirmed that high glycemic breakfasts led to 40% more glucose variability compared to protein-rich breakfasts. Mistake 2. Snacking all day. Many wellness trends promote grazing, but unless you have a medical reason, constant snacking keeps insulin elevated. That prevents fat burning and trains your body to rely on external energy instead of stored energy. A listener, Michael from Austin, shared with me, "Daniel, I used to keep protein bars in my car and eat one every couple of hours. I thought it helped my metabolism, but my weight wasn't budging. When I switched to structured meals and added walking, my body composition finally changed." Mistake 3. Drinking calories. Sodas, sweetened coffees, energy drinks. They spike blood sugar faster than most solid foods. Liquid sugar bypasses normal digestive processes and floods the bloodstream quickly. Even drinks labeled as natural or organic can be loaded with hidden sugars. Mistake 4. No balance of protein, fat, and fiber. Eating plain carbs, white bread, pasta, rice, without combining them with proteins and healthy fats makes blood sugar spikes worse. Adding avocado, eggs, nuts, or lean meats slows down digestion and moderates glucose response. I tested this myself using a glucose monitor. White rice alone caused a huge spike. Rice with salmon and avocado, much smoother. Mistake 5. Skipping movement after meals. This is one of the simplest fixes most people overlook. Just 10 minutes of walking after eating lowers blood sugar significantly. A meta-analysis from 2024 found post-meal walking reduced glucose by an average of 30% compared to sitting. Real-world example. Jenna, a listener from Seattle, told me, "Daniel, I switched from oatmeal with fruit and honey to eggs and avocado for breakfast, and my afternoon crashes disappeared within days." That's how powerful small changes can be. Mistake 6. Stress and sleep neglect. Elevated cortisol from chronic stress or poor sleep raises fasting blood sugar, even without food. This is why managing stress and prioritizing sleep is non-negotiable for stable glucose levels. Here's the big picture. Most blood sugar issues don't come from one giant mistake. They come from small daily habits repeated over time. The good news? Those same habits can be reversed just as easily. In the next part, I'll share 5 practical hacks you can use to stabilize blood sugar starting today, backed by both research and real-life experience. Now that we know the common mistakes, let's get into 5 science-backed, practical hacks that can help you stabilize blood sugar today. These are not complicated. They're about making small shifts that add up. Hack 1. Eat a savory breakfast. I mentioned this earlier, but it's worth repeating. Starting your day with protein and fat instead of sugar sets your metabolic tone. For me, this looks like 3-4 eggs, sautéed greens, and avocado. Some days I add salmon or turkey sausage. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2023 showed that people who ate at least 30 grams of protein at breakfast had 50% lower post-meal glucose spikes throughout the day. Listener story. Claire from Boston shared, "I switched from cereal to eggs and avocado toast with whole grain bread. Within a week, I noticed I didn't need my mid-morning snack anymore." Hack 2. Follow the right food order. This one surprised me when I first learned it. Eat vegetables and proteins before carbohydrates. A study from Weill Cornell Medical College demonstrated that eating fibrous vegetables first, followed by protein and fats, and saving carbs for last, can reduce post-meal glucose spikes by up to 40%. Why? Fiber and fat slow digestion, creating a buffer. Hack 3. Add vinegar before meals. Apple cider vinegar is popular for a reason. 1 tablespoon diluted in a glass of water before high-carb meals has been shown to lower glucose and insulin response. I personally do this before bigger dinners when I know there will be rice or pasta. And no, it doesn't taste great, but the benefits outweigh the sour flavor. Hack 4. Walk after eating. As mentioned earlier, this is one of the simplest yet most effective habits. 10 to 20 minutes of walking after meals helps shuttle glucose into muscles instead of storing it as fat. I schedule short walks after lunch and dinner now. Even pacing around the house counts. Listener story. Tom from Texas wrote in saying, Daniel, I started walking my dog for 15 minutes after dinner every night, and my blood sugar monitor readings dropped by 20 to 30 points. Hack 5. Manage stress daily. Stress elevates cortisol, which raises blood sugar even in the absence of food. My go-to practices include 5 to 10 minutes of morning meditation, breathwork sessions using box breathing, 4 to 4-4-4 counts, and cutting off work emails after 7 p.m. These hacks work best when combined into a consistent routine rather than one-off experiments. In the next part, I'll share exactly what my daily blood sugar management routine looks like and how you can adapt it to your lifestyle. Here's what my typical day looks like now, fully optimized for stable blood sugar. 6:30 a.m. Wake up, hydrate with water and electrolytes. 7 a.m. High-protein breakfast. Eggs, spinach, avocado. No sweet coffee, just black or with a splash of cream. 8 a.m. Light exercise or morning walk. 12:30 p.m. Balanced lunch. Grilled chicken, quinoa, leafy greens, olive oil dressing. 1 p.m. 10-minute walk post-lunch. 3 p.m. Herbal tea or protein shake if hungry. No snacking unless true hunger. 6 p.m. Early dinner, salmon, roasted vegetables, maybe a small portion of sweet potato. 6:30 p.m. Evening walk. 9 p.m. wind down, no screens, magnesium supplement, light stretching. Since adopting this structure, my energy is more stable, sleep deeper, focus sharper. My continuous glucose monitor confirms the numbers back it up. Listener reflection. Maria from San Diego told me, I copied your routine and customized it for my schedule. Within 2 weeks, my energy doubled and my brain fog cleared. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Even adopting 2 or 3 of these habits can make a big difference. In the final section, I'll wrap up today's episode with a quick recap and clear action steps you can start today to manage your blood sugar without feeling overwhelmed. My personal blood sugar routine. Here's what my typical day looks like now. Morning, high-protein breakfast, no sugar. Lunch, balanced plate with veggies, protein, healthy fats. Afternoon, short walk, hydration, no snacking unless hungry. Dinner, early, light, and balanced. Evening, no late night eating, focus on sleep hygiene. Since adopting these habits, my energy is more stable, my sleep is deeper, and my focus lasts longer through the day. Alright friends, that's it for today's episode. If you learned something new, share this with a friend, leave a review, or comment below. And if you want more real-world health advice like this, subscribe to the Daily Health Shift. Next week, we're diving into fitness after 30, how to build strength without burning out. I'll see you then.